Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios on this 10.3.2025. Current time is 0603 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. On this Friday morning, we've made it. We made it to the weekend, and we can start kicking back and having fun. And those working stiffs, you got to get through your workday. I will be right back, folks. Just hang on for a minute. You got it? Okay. All right. The TV has been okay. I was watching the football game on the TV out there, and I was doing a little jerry rigging to where wasn't tied to here, but I was watching the Thursday night football game last night, and we'll be talking about that here. But my name is Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on Rumble, as well as at Fireman Rich over there on X, where we've got 3 people on X. It's working, folks. Yeah, we discovered this Wednesday that they turned the number on, so we have 3 folks that are counting in our overall. Let's see, 3, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they're counting into the big count there. As far as we have a total of 7, but we have the third one is Kick, and I forgot to bring up the Kick. Our Kick tab here. Hang on, let me. Yeah, there's always one thing I forget, and let's go ahead and bring up the Kick and check to see who's on. I don't think we have anybody right away, but we usually have 1 or 2 folks that come in on the Kick channel, and we do appreciate it. And let's see. Kick is like Twitch. And we have 1 person on Kick. Thank you very much for the 1 person on Kick. And but as you can see, we have 1 person on Rumble, 1 person on Locals, nobody on YouTube yet, 2 people on Twitch, and one of those people's is Tony D. Good morning, Tony D. Well, he was over on the YouTube, so he did comment on the YouTube. So good morning, Tony D. And salute to you, my good friend, my brother, veteran, and fellow broadcaster. Tony D says good morning. Good morning, Tony. There we go. Saying good morning. And let's see. So he's over. We got 2 people on Twitch, 3 people on X Live. So, and I'm monitoring the X Live comments if anything comes in. Which I think you have to follow me, I think, or something, or subscribe. I don't know what it is. I have to look into that. But we are monitoring and let's see, Facebook. The numbers come in on Facebook, but the comments don't. So let's check the Facebook, and I think Tony, like he normally does, he puts a little happy face. Yep, there it is. There it is, the happy face. He puts a happy face there. So we're on all channels, a network of 7 channels here on Rumble Studios, and we appreciate Rumble for this platform. It's a great sandbox to be playing on in this on this internet, as far as that goes. So we're up and running, and I'm on time. I'm right at 6:00. During the course of the week, Monday, Wednesday, I'm fibbling and fumbling and stuff. At least Friday, I can get it right. We do have the morning coffee, of course. It's tasting great this morning. And but we had a good day yesterday. I went to my appointment, and it was related to my. I'm a cancer survivor. I had prostate cancer, so I go in for a yearly follow up. To check the PSA. I had the blood work done last week, and then I go and see my nurse practitioner that I've been going to for like the last 15 years. She's retiring this December, so I won't see her next year. So I got a whole new nurse. I got a new nurse practitioner next year and a new doctor, I guess. So, but knock on wood, I'm doing good. I met on my way into the hospital there to get for my appointment. I hooked up with, met this guy I hadn't seen in years, and I worked with. He was one of the mechanical engineers there that where I worked at, and he has prostate cancer. He was just coming back, finishing his. So it is a predominant disease in males, and I would highly recommend. Matter of fact, just go get your prostate checked, all you guys out there. Don't say, oh, I don't have nothing. No, that PSA is not that high. No, no. If it's elevated to normal, you need to go in and get something's going on there. And mine was contained. I think my the former coworker there, he said his was contained, but his he said when they took his prostate out, it was the size of a lemon, which is huge because the prostate is only the size of a walnut, and it had enlarged, but it enlarged to where it was riddled with cancer, and mine was contained. I think it they dropped my level. They had it at a high level, and then when they did the autopsy and stuff, and um, no, it was after they took it out and they did a follow up, a post um, check on it, stuff like that. But so it's life is good, you know. This modern medicine that we have, you know, I can't knock it, and we have some great facilities here in the southern tier of upstate New York, which is a rural area. So I'm very thankful to the man upstairs as far as for that, because um, or else let's say the situation I was in an area where I had to travel and stuff and do this is just like, no, this is right down the road, the hospital I go to. So it's all golden. But I took care of that, and then a gorgeous day out yesterday. And what else did I do? I thought I was going to get a package yesterday for what was known as a PLA chip, which is the main switching chip in a Commodore 64. I'm piddling around with my Commodore 64s again. I have my first one I bought, and I have a couple other keyboards. One keyboard worked out of the three, but now all of them don't work. And I've been looking at a lot of YouTubes on Commodore 64 of late. So I think it's the PLA chip, and I'm looking at these YouTubes, and I'm starting to understand the board. I used to work on these type of boards, but they were a multi-layer board as far as checking for shorts and opens, and you know, if the components were on, the legs were out, I would resolder them and post solder if I was working that particular position. And so I'm looking at these, and it's like this is a one layer, and I think there's four bus lines that are through the 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 board, and there's chips, and there's various chips. You got you know, your memory chips, your SID chip, your PLA chip, and there's some other chips there that on my board, I guess the PLA chip and the SID chip, I could take them out, I could switch them out. So the nor the what is it, the most prominent failure is your PLA chip, and what that does is switches it. You know, it's all, you got all these components trying to work at the same time, but actually they don't, because of the PLA chip. It switches the electric for to share for all these components on the board, and it's like milliseconds. It's okay. You do this, boom, boom, boom. So I'm thinking, since I've had this board, or my original Commodore 64. Well, I bought it. I was here in the States, and I was up there at Griffiths. And then when I got married, we went over to Italy. The electricity is different over there. Then we came back to the States to McConnell. And then we went over to Yokota. I used it over there. And that's my first one. Then I ended up acquiring a couple other keyboard Commodore 64s. One of them did work, and I bought it over there along with the other ones, along with a bunch of software. And that worked until when I get home here, and I think the last time I tried it was several years back. It still worked, but now it doesn't. So I'm thinking I'm going to be playing around with that, and you know, if I can get it working, hopefully I can bring it to the broadcast here. If I ever get this thing working, this is the thing where I was doing broadcasts using the Nintendo Wii. This is a video capture card. Okay, this goes into the computer here, and you got these things. But through this, if I get the Commodore working, that's another device I can bring to the broadcast, because we've already done the Wii. Or no, that's the GameCube right there, and then I got the Wii over here. And as far as you know, Wii Sports, and there's a Lord of the Rings game. And have I done I don't think I've done the GameCube. I think all the games I've done has been on the Wii. Yeah, Lord of the Rings and the bowling. And I know I said that me and the missus are going to be doing the boxing. There's a boxing thing on Wii Sports. What? You don't think so, or what? Oh no, the way things are going. Yeah, the way things are going. But so, but I'm tinkering around in between there, and we played some PUBG Battlegrounds yesterday too. We played 4 games after Wingnut had to troubleshoot his sound issue. We had fun doing that. That was fun. That was almost more fun playing the game because I was acting like a knucklehead. Good morning, Tina. Tina, our Jersey girl, is here. Thank you for being here, Tina. Glad to have you here. Top, and the missus says good morning also, Tina. So Wingnut was what is it? Uh, it came down. There was a Windows update. He couldn't get any sound and stuff like that. Yeah, thank you, Tina. She said good morning. I don't know if you heard that. But so he had a Windows update, and that interfered. So if you're broadcasting, you're not getting any sound, and you just had a Windows update. I didn't have any issues because. And I didn't see a Windows update. I saw a NVIDIA update and a Discord update. I had to update my Discord and NVIDIA card yesterday, and because that's what me and Wingnut we use. We use Discord, and as far as talking when we're doing PUBG, there's PUBG Battlegrounds has its own in game, but it's not as good as being on Discord. Discord, you have to Discord off to the side, and it works a lot better as far as a little bit more clearer. So we played PUBG. We only after we fixed his sound issue, we had time enough to play. I think it was 4 games. They were pretty good games. We got when you can last 15 plus minutes, and I think 3 of the 4 games was up there in the 19. Well, 2 of them were 22, over 20 minutes. So we do have games where we get killed within the first couple minutes, first 5 minutes. And they're cheats. There's a lot of cheats. I'm not gonna keep that hidden. There's cheats throughout that game as far as their cheat hacks and stuff like that. They either have an aim hack or else they see where you're at. If you're way over here and then all of a sudden you got 2 people coming right at you when you see it on the death cam, it's like, how do they know I'm there? Because they see my name off in the distance on their screen. They have a cheat hack that lets them know. And supposedly PUBG is supposed to take care of that, but they haven't. It's just as rampant as it has ever been and stuff. The game is still fun. It's challenging. But next Friday, the 10th, there'll be a new game I'll be playing, and I'll be broadcasting it also. It's called, and I was in the beta here a few months back, Battlefield 6. We'll be playing that. Me and Wingnut, we both purchased the game and early access to it. Or not early, well, the pre order. We pre-ordered it, and I was so impressed. The last time I was that impressed with the beta is when I played Lord of the Rings online 18 years ago, and I'm still playing it. So so we'll probably be playing some PUBG Battlegrounds later this afternoon, and I don't have to mow the lawn. That was one of the benefit this week. I'm just thinking of that now. I mowed the lawn Monday. I don't have to worry about mowing the lawn going into the weekend. I only have like 2 more mows, I think. The grass isn't all growing that quickly because it's getting cooler out. Currently this morning, let's go ahead and transition over to the temperature. Currently here in upstate New York, we have a temperature of 44 degrees Fahrenheit. So we got the cool temperatures of autumn here, and that's 6 degrees Celsius. So we're getting cooler here in the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. And but yesterday, all this week has been a great day as far as weather-wise. It's been very pleasant, very nice. Sitting out on the back porch, or about the back stone step porch, and it's nice. And let's see, we're going to have sunny. Okay, we got sun across the board here. Wow. Gonna have to put out the solar panels maybe today. I like it when I see that. Sunny high around 75 degrees Fahrenheit here in the southern tier of upstate New York. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So that's what we have for on the docket there. Sun will be rising at 07:05, which is in about um, 42 minutes. 42 minutes. It's currently 6:18. This is when I'm usually starting, I guess, right? Just if I'm running late. Sun will be rising this morning at 7:05 a.m. here in southern tier of upstate New York and setting at 6:45. It sets too early now. Some gorgeous sunsets, though. Oh my God! I was coming back this past Monday. I forgot to say this. We finished our chess game. I won. I lost the last 5, but I won. I thought it was 4, but I looked on my chart there. It's like I keep tabs on our win losses, and I lost the last 5. So I finally won this one, and on the walk home down the street here, the side street. It's only about a minute walk down here, but I'm looking toward over the cornfield that's out back here, and there was a gorgeous sunset. Gorgeous sunset. So let's see our world times and let's see our world times and temperature starting in Honolulu, Hawaii at 12:19 a.m. currently. Cloudy skies, 77 degrees Fahrenheit. In let's see, Phoenix, Arizona at 3:20 a.m. Phoenix, Arizona, clear skies, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. In Chicago, Illinois, the windy city of Chicago, Illinois, we have clear skies, 64 degrees Fahrenheit. Down in the jungle, the concrete jungle of New York City at 6:20 a.m. 6:20 a.m. currently here in southern tier of upstate New York. It's clear skies down in the city of New York, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. And Tina is letting us know they're in central New Jersey, 72 degrees for the high, 50 for the low. About the same we're having up here there, Tina. And down there in Warner Robins, Georgia, where Tony D there, salute to you, my friend. 60 degrees Fahrenheit currently down there. 80 for the high, 60 for the low, and clear skies down there. Partly cloudy down central New Jersey and clear skies down in Warner Robins, Georgia, the Peach State. Going across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean, in London, England at 11:21 a.m. Raining in London and 61 degrees Fahrenheit there. In Milan, Italia, mangia. It's lunchtime in Milan, sunny and clear in Milan, 63 degrees Fahrenheit there. And let's see, skipping over to sunny and clear, 63 degrees in Milan, a beautiful city. Skipping over to Kuala Lumpur at 6:21 p.m. Sunny and clear in Kuala Lumpur, 81 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Tokyo, Japan at 7:21 p.m. in their evening, cloudy skies in Tokyo, 73 degrees Fahrenheit. And down under on the great continent and great country and great friends and allies to the United States, in Australia. Always love the Australians there. They're great people. Melbourne, Australia at 8:25 p.m. in their evening, cloudy skies, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Sydney, Australia, that's to the east of Melbourne, on the Pacific coast side of the continent. At 8:22 p.m. also in Sydney, clear skies, 66 degrees Fahrenheit. And those are world times and temperatures as I speak. And we have Jen. Jen, how you doing? Hi, how you doing, Jen? Glad to have you here. Let's see, Jen. Good to have you here on the Twitch there. Hi, how you doing? And Tina saying good morning to Tony. Our thought for the day comes from Thomas Alvin Edison, an American inventor, a great American inventor and businessman, who held 1,093 patents. He's best known for the light bulb, of course, the I got an idea, the light bulb. But he also invented the phonograph and made significant contributions to telegraph, telephone, motion pictures. Edison's genius was in improving existing technologies. Let's see, Jen doing okay here in Southeast Mississippi. Okay, Jen, down there, down south in Mississippi. Okay, a long time ago. I drove through Mississippi. It's a good state. Southern states are nice states. Good part of the country there. And let's see his quote and our thought for the day. And Tina saying good morning to Jen. Excuse me, I got something in my eye here. What the hell is that? Little sleeping crud there. Our thought for today and quote from Thomas A. Edison goes as follows: there is a way to do it better. Find it. And that makes sense coming from him because he found a lot of things. Because he's always finding a better way of doing better the lighting there as far as that goes for everyone by inventing the light bulb. So let me read that again. There's a way to do it better. Find it. And what, it's pretty clear cut. But what he basically meant there is always room for improvement in any process, method, or creation, and one should actively seek and discover more effective, efficient, and innovative ways to accomplish tasks rather than setting for the status quo. Don't set for the status quo. Try and reach a little higher than that. Find it. It highlights Edison's belief in continuously improvement, integrity, and the relentless pursuit of better solutions through hard work, trial and error. I do a lot of trial, and that's what I'm going to be doing with the Commodore 64. It's trial and error. I don't know I have a voltmeter, but I'm starting to learn how to use it on this particular board. I used one when I was in Endicott or at IBM in Endicott, New York, when I was searching for shorts and opens on boards that would be worth anywhere from $25,000 up to $100,000. But the trial and error and the creativity and stuff like that. So thank you, Thomas Edison. God bless and Godspeed. So there's our thought for the day. That's a good one. Let's see. Tina says, "Let's live." Yes, on the quote. Yeah, find it. And he found it. Somebody asked Thomas Edison. I remember this story where they said, "How come you're making all these mistakes as far as this light bulb that you're trying to develop?" And he says, "No, I haven't made any mistakes. I've just found 1,000 plus filaments that don't work. We're still trying to find it." So I think that goes in correlation with what we just read from Thomas Edison's quote for our thought for the day. So that's pretty interesting. Always improve on things. Okay, let's see. Our national day today. Let's see what we got here. Our national day. Coffee's always tasted the best on Friday for some reason. And then with a good day today, I got to go out and get a walk. I didn't take a walk yesterday. I sort of got lazy yesterday. So I justified taking a day off because I went for my appointment yesterday morning, and it ate up a little bit of my time. And I could have very well gone out, but I didn't. I just was puttering around the house here. Let's see. We have National Body Language Day today. Okay. National Teachers Day. Okay. Those students appreciate your teacher. I still remember several good teachers. Let's see, elementary, it was Mrs. Thecka. There's my kindergarten teacher, Mrs. O'Reilly. Mrs. Thecka, Mr. O'Shea. Those were all grade school teachers. Junior high was Miss Perry. And then in high school, the only one I can remember is Mr. Zalanowski. So those are good teachers. So I still remember them from God bless you and Godspeed to you all. I don't think they're around here no more longer. National Boyfriend? No, that's I'm not throw that in the bin. That's I'd rather say a state day and stuff like that. I don't see the state days up here. We're gonna go because I talked about me working in IBM. We're gonna go with National Manufacturing Day. Yeah, manufacturing is always important for any country, and that's one of the things that is being instituted here to bring manufacturing back to the United States. So today is hashtag National Manufacturing Day, and I have a sweet spot in my heart for manufacturing because I worked manufacturing after I got out of the Air Force. I worked at IBM as far as uh, preparing, testing, making and the raw boards, 25 layer boards. And like I said, some of these boards were anywhere from a few $100s to $1,000 to 25,000 to $100,000 boards. And Tina says yes, a good day. So manufacturing, I have been in the manufacturing process as far as I was fortunate enough and honored enough to work at IBM for 9 years before I moved on to another job position at another company. And but IBM, it's in my heart because I can say I was an IBMer. My father, he worked IBM for 30 years, so I worked in the same company my father worked, and I could have worked there if they stayed, but they didn't stay. IBM changed their whole business model to where they got out of manufacturing, which was a shame because that's how it got started. It was manufacturing. So National Manufacturing Day, celebrated on the first Friday in October, addresses the skilled labor shortage in the manufacturing section and to improve the public perception of modern manufacturing careers. Today, let's proudly stand behind those who proudly stand behind our goods and services here in America, as well as your other countries if you're from another country. So let's see, more than 1,600 American manufacturers will open their doors and participants in the National Manufacturing Day. They will take up the important work of inspiring our young people to pursue careers in manufacturing and engineering. Engineering is crucial in the manufacturing process. I know that firsthand. I worked with a number of engineers at IBM, and that in itself was an education. I mean, a lot of my thought process and workflow. There's a workflow. Everybody has a workflow, and there's a workflow in every manufacturing business. And I saw that firsthand, and I was part of it. I was part of it down at IBM, and I really cherish those days I worked at IBM in Endicott. That was the birthplace of IBM. So I worked at the birthplace of IBM, and then they pulled out, and that was a sad thing. So right now I still have high regards for IBM, but there's no legacy with IBM because they shit canned it back in the day. They had this we called it the milk truck, and it had IBM on it, corporation, and uh, uh, it was built back during the 20s and 30s, and when we saw that being moved from Endicott down to Arnett or Armonk, downstate. That's where IBM's headquarters is now. Is downstate here in New York State. So, but manufacturing is very important, and we're trying to bring a lot of that process back here in the United States, and especially, I guess, a lot of pharmaceuticals are coming back to the United States, which is a good thing. So, hashtag National Manufacturing Day is today. Yesterday we did. I had a late after my. That's why I didn't go for a walk because I got done with my appointment and we did the audio podcast over on Spotify for creators yesterday. And yesterday we talked. It was late, a couple hours, but I still got one up, which is good. I like doing the audio. Audio. That's my. That's where I got started before I started doing the live streaming and stuff here. And uh, so that's over on Spotify for creators, which is Spotify. And this broadcast here, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, gets repurposed over there on the audio side as an audio pod. So I like to Monday or Tuesdays and Wednesdays is the audio podcast, except every other Tuesday, which next week we will be having the first of two for this October, will be Mixcloud. That's where I present 8 songs and post it up there. And then next Thursday we'll get back into doing the audio podcast. Yesterday's audio podcast, I always highlight an interesting story. And the story I talked about yesterday was a groundbreaking NASA discovery. And that is, it seems like we're closer than ever of ever coming to the findings of life on Earth. There's two minerals there that they found, and they relate to the creation of life, I guess they said. And those minerals were two minerals two minerals known almost exclusively to be linked with microbiota metabolism, which is the creation of life, have been found in recent drilling samples of Perseverance. Perseverance is in the up there on Mars, as far as that goes. And some of these mineral, I guess when this is going to get a little yucky. When you decay, the residue that's left from our bodies decaying and stuff, it breaks down into minerals, and one of those minerals is Via Nata is one of them, and Gaia Nata or something like that. They're two minerals that is associated with us, as far as, so they found that type of mineral up there on Mars, and it could be related to life, past life actually. So they don't, I don't think they're going to find any current life up there, because it's pretty desolate as far as that goes. So that's what we talked about on the audio podcast yesterday, and it was fun doing it a little later than early morning. On the Tuesday, Wednesday audio podcast, and even the Mixcloud, when I do it on every other Tuesday, I don't get started till about 7:00, 7:30. I don't get to start like I do. I make it a point to start at around 6 to 6:15 for this broadcast, but okay, let's see. Let's go with, I guess it's, what do we got? 35? We'll do 100 years ago. I didn't set up for that yet, but let's go ahead and do 100 years ago. For Fox 40. Again, you know the routine. Full disclosure, I have no association with Fox 40 or any other news agency that we may be referencing to their webpage. I'm just a consumer, and it gets me to show a chance to show you a little bit of my neck of the woods up here in the southern tier of upstate New York. So this is 100 years ago as of October 1st. Okay, there's the music. And okay, hang on. We're not going to get an introduction, I guess, from the young lady here. So let's go ahead and bring this up on the present. Let's see, we got to shut down our little scrolly doodads there. And present. Yeah, it seems like I'm doing this early, but we just got started. One of the few times I get started on time, as far as that goes. So here we go, 100 years ago. And let's see, is that up? There it is, 100 years ago. We'll go ahead and check it out and see what Roger Luther, he's the Broome County historian person there, and he's very knowledgeable. So let's go ahead and give this a listen.
100 years ago today, it's reported that wages for factory workers in the Binghamton district are up over last year and currently average $25.70 per week. Largest increases were in the shoe factories and the cigar factories. Famous cowboy humorist Will Rogers will perform at the Calora Temple this Friday night. Officers arrested a man at the Binghamton Fair yesterday when he was found selling miniature bottles of whiskey for 25 cents each. And finally, a team of horses got away from their driver yesterday morning and ran wild for several blocks down Main Street in Johnson City. 2 bystanders were finally able to stop it. Driver of the team was arrested for public intoxication. That was the news, October 1st, 1925.
Oh, we got a DUI 100 years ago on a horse carrier. Wow. And Tina says, yeah, I was just looking that up, Tina. The manufacturing, this is manufacturing day, so it's sort of coincidence that we're talking about manufacturing and lots of laugh on the liquor. Yeah. The $25.75. That was a weekly wage, right? Let's see. How much was 200? Let's see. How much was that? No, it was $25.70. How much? Did I word that right? I didn't word that right. Let's see. How much was $25.70 in 1925 worth in 2025? And drum roll goes, let's say just $25 today is worth $462. So they made 400 equivalent to that $25 is worth today $462. So that was a pretty good weekly wage back in the day. You didn't think, $25 bought a lot. You could that was you only got paid so much, so much for the day. I don't think they had hourly wages and stuff, so things were a lot simpler back then as far as that goes. So I found that yeah, that was a good salary as far as that goes. It's just, I still got this stuff in my eyes. It's just like itches. So yeah, that was a good salary as far as that goes. I did this. I present this in the audio podcast also. I'm incorporating it in the audio podcast, the 100 years ago. So I found that funny. So this is the second time I've heard it and stuff. And what's the other one? As far as the liquor one, a team of horses got away because the driver of the team was arrested for public intoxication. So, but get back to the factory workers, the shoe factory, that was Endicott Johnson Shoes. Okay. That was a prominent shoe factory up here. EJ's, it was called EJ's. Man, still got that little itch there. And then the cigar factory. I don't. Since we started listening to Roger Luther here for 100 years ago, that's how I'm learning. There used to be a cigar factory contingency here in Binghamton. So there's no indication of that today. Endicott Johnson Shoes, people talk about it, but I never heard anybody talk about the cigar factory. And then, but we had Will Rogers that came here into the Southern Tier 100 years ago. He's a big vaudeville guy, and performed at the Kahlua, Kahlua Temple there. And then the other guy, officer arrested a man at the Binghamton Fair when he was found selling the whiskey bottles for 25 cents. I bet you that was watered down whiskey. That was something. That was something there as far as that goes. All right, let's see. And let's see, I'm just noticing we have up here, we got one person on Rumble, one person on Locals, nobody on YouTube. We got 5 folks on Twitch. What the heck is going on there? Twitch is coming through with 5 people this morning. Good morning. Glad to have you all here. Okay, I know Jen and Tina, and I think Tony is still on there. But the big thing is, we got 3 people over there on X Live, and we do appreciate it, for a total of 10 people. I wonder if I could do a campaign. I still can't do a campaign yet. I don't know why. Why can't I do a campaign? What's that little check mark? Still can't do the campaigns. Explain in details. Okay. One of these days we'll be able to do the campaign stuff like that. So, but that's for another time. Okay, and other history. Let's see. We had what day is this for? That wasn't for today, was it? Today is the 3rd. Let me check here. Let's check real quick here, folks. It's not coming up on the. Oh no, they just have it for. Oh, that's October 2nd. We don't want October 2nd, so let's just go to the AP there. AP, our history on the AP side. Let's see. Let me bring this back up again. Let's see. AP history for September 3rd. Let's see. The treaty, this is back in September 3rd, 1783. You know what? I think it's my brother or my, oh no. Oh, it's not. It's October. Today's October. What the hell am I talking about? It's October. Why did that say September, though? I don't understand it. It's October. I'm thinking it's September. It's October 3rd. Okay, hang on here. All right, there it is. We're back on. Let's see. It was on this day Germany was reunified after 45 years, West and East Germany, ending 45 years of post-war division, declaring the creation of the reunified Germany. It split after World War II. Don't understand that. And let's see, 1944, during World War II, U.S. Army troops cracked the Siegfried Line north of Aachen, Germany. It was in 1951 the New York Giants captured the National League pennant by scoring 5-4 as Bobby Thomas hit a 3-run homer off Ralph Branca of the Brooklyn Dodgers, which became known as the shot that was heard round the world. And in 1974, Frank Robinson was named American League's first black manager after he was hired to manage the then Cleveland Indians. I have no problem saying Cleveland Indians. I say that with pride. And let's see. It was back in 1995. Everybody is fixated to the TV because the jury of the O.J. Simpson murder trial in Los Angeles found the former football star not guilty because the glove didn't fit. Of the 1994 slaying of his former wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and Rod Goldman. It was in 2008. O.J. Simpson was found guilty for robbing 2 sports memorabilia dealers at the gunpoint in Las Vegas hotel. Simpson was later sentenced to 9 to 33 years in prison. He was granted parole in July 2017 and released from prison in October that year. So, and let's see, what else do we have? That's it for history there, as far as that goes. So, all right, that's it for history. What are we doing for time? 47. We got time to do the sports. Let's go ahead and do the sports here. In baseball, we're in the last day of the wild card for the playoffs. Went last night. You had the Tigers beating the Guardians, so I guess the Tigers are in the divisional series. The Cubbies, that's who we wanted to win. We wanted the Guardians, but maybe next year Guardians. Cubbies and Padres. Cubs won 3-1. That's good. We wanted the Cubs to win. And on the Red Sox and Yankees won 4-0. So the Yankees move on to the divisional, where they will be playing the Blue Jays tomorrow at 4:08. And then the Cubbies will be playing the Brewers. Dodgers and Phillies. That should be a good series right there, along with the Yankees, Blue Jays, and then Tigers and Mariners. So I'm looking for the Yankees. I'd like to see the Yankees play the Phillies. That'd be cool. That'd be pretty cool. So there we have baseball. The boys of summer are now the boys of October, as far as that goes. And let's see. And Tita's laughing about. I don't know what. Probably something I said. Lots of laughs. Tina goes. Let's see. This past Wednesday there was a football match over in actually this football match was in France between Manchester City, and I'm talking soccer now, folks. Manchester City was playing Monaco. I think that was in France. I watched it on the Paramount channel Wednesday afternoon in the UEFA Championship League. So they're in the Championship League. They tied 2-2. They should have won it. They didn't play that good, and but they play this Sunday. What's their next game? Oh, they play this Sunday at 11:30. Brentford, and in the standings, Manchester City is holding number 7th. Brentford is down in the cellar at 13. So hopefully Manchester City. There's 2 leagues. You got the Championship League. That's something separate than the Premier League. Premier League is regular. Championship is another. It's for the European champion there, as far as that goes. So Manchester City, we want you to win. Now in football, we had some football action last night, folks. What a game between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. They were beat up. I think the Los Angeles Rams thought the San Francisco 49ers were going to be a pushover. Well, San Francisco 49ers went 4-1, and the Los Angeles Rams got their second loss yesterday. So the San Francisco 49ers won 26-23. So San Francisco kicked it off in the first quarter with a touchdown, and then scored 10 points in the second quarter, and Los Angeles scored a touchdown before the half. And then in the second half, or third quarter, in the second half, the 49ers got a field goal. Los Angeles Rams ended up getting a touchdown. And then in the fourth quarter, the San Francisco ended up getting another field goal, and then the Rams, they got a field goal, and then they got a touchdown. And if they would have kicked the extra point, they would have won it, I guess. But they didn't. They couldn't get that. It was blocked, so it went into overtime, and that's where San Francisco 49ers were able to get a field goal. And then the Rams, they got it down to like the 3 or 4 yard line. They could have kicked. What is it? Could they have kicked the? They could have kicked the field goal to tie it, and then it would have ended up in a tie. But I guess the coach there said, let's go for broke, and they were short 1 yard, the longest yard, as they call it. So the 49ers ended up winning a great win last night. It was a good football game, and this weekend we do have some football. I think I already went over the schedule and stuff. The big game I'm keying in on Sunday night, the Bills, of course, playing the Patriots. And I'm not really seeing there is a Sunday morning game over in London between the Vikings and Brown at 9:30. And then you got Cowboys and Jets at 1, Giants and Saints, Raiders and Colts, Dolphins and Panthers, Broncos, Eagles, Texans, Ravens. And then the 4 o'clock games, Titans and Cardinals, Broncos and Seahawks, Lions and Bengals, Commanders and Chargers. Then the Bills and Patriots Sunday night at 8:20. And then the Monday night game is Chiefs and Jaguars. So there's our football lineup and our sports. And our fifth week, of course, Sunday morning, Tony D, our good friend, our brother, veteran, good friend, and fellow broadcaster, he has his show, Belt Kings Fantasy Football, at 10:30 on Sunday. So check that out. As far as at 10:30, we'll be talking Tony's show. We have myself, our Canadian friend Michael Bathurst on there. We get in some good discussions. Been on there for what, 3 years now? This is our fourth year, third or fourth year. I gotta have to find out. And it's going to be, what is it? It's going to be, it's always fun. It is always fun. So we're coming up on 53 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and take a break. And, yes, was it? What is it? It just remind me. I'm going to see if I get, I noticed when I was looking after the Wednesday broadcast, on Twitch, I got a little block out of a certain section of my broadcast for some reason. And I'm thinking, did I get tagged for something? And what I got tagged for, there's no real music because I used the music going into the break. That's free. It's not copyrighted or anything. It's free copyright. It's just you can use this. I've been using it for years. But where it starts, just before it starts, is I guess I was doing something and I was lifting up my coffee cup to drink my coffee. And I got a little smidgen for that. It was blocked out for some reason. I don't know. I looked on the Rumble and the YouTube replay. It doesn't have that blockage, so I don't know if it caught something. It might be the AI stuff. I just found that funny. I had to laugh at that. The videos on Twitch, they only stay up for 30 days, I guess, and stuff. But yeah, it's time for more coffee. That thing with the coffee cup, Hal Massa does that. It makes me laugh. So I thought that was funny. It's just something I noticed after the broadcast because I go back and I review the broadcast and all that. So, but we're going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break, folks, and get some more coffee. And as far as that goes, and I will be back here in a couple minutes. Just sort of hang tight, and we will be right back. And we're back. We are back here for the Friday morning coffee, 10.03.2025. At Rumble Video Broadcast. I am Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on Rumble, as well as over there on X. And as far as that goes, and I have my cup of coffee here, second cup. Captain Rehab. Oh, look at this. Look who the cat dragged in. And Tina, or the missus, says good morning. Captain Rehab says good morning to the missus. Oh, now you're putting your thing. You picked you picked the Rams. Okay. All right. So you're honest about your pick last night. Okay. I was wondering where your picks are. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You only got 13. You're missing one there, buddy. Let's see. 1, 2, unless I miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, you got 14. I'm sorry, but that was my bad. I didn't count. Okay, I got those, Captain Rehab. Thank you very much. I'm putting them in the notepad here, and you're on the board here. Did you watch the game last night? Captain Rehab. Picks. I think Tina and myself are the only ones that, let's see, what did Tina pick? Let's see, you picked the Rams. Oh, wait a minute. I don't want, hang on for a minute. Let me, I can't multitask when I'm typing, I guess. Hang on for a minute there, Captain Rehab. We'll be right with you, man. Yeah, and did see if Wednesday or Monday. So yeah, along with Tina, I hope everything's going all right. Let's see. Last night, Captain Rehab had the Rams. Ted had the Rams. Tony had the Rams. Michael Bathurst had the Rams. Tina, you had the 49ers. And I had San Francisco. What did Brian have? Brian had, let's see. I know he gave me his Thursday night pick. That's over on Twitch. Let me check his... let's see. And so Brian had the Rams also. So Tina and me were the only ones that won last night. How do you like that, Tina? We picked the winners last night. Okay, thank you for those picks. I got you on the board there, Captain Rehab. Let's see. He's saying hi to Aunt Tina, and Tina says hope all is. Thanks, Rich. Okay, we'll see you later, Tina. Captain Rehab saying hi to his Aunt Tina, but she's going over to see Hal. And let's see, Captain I watched the first half, fell asleep. Oh, you missed a great ending. Oh my God. They went for it and they got stopped. Look at the replay on YouTube. Or else just go in the NFL, they have the replay of that. It's just like that's he was going for the win. He didn't want to go for the tie. And Tina said 49ers. Yep. She that was a good game last night. I think the Rams thought the 49ers, they have some injuries, but they held strong against the Rams. So they're 4-1. So they're the real deal as far as that goes. So I picked the 49ers and Tina picked the 49ers last night. So what did CBS pick? Hang on for a minute. Let me bring up. I think CBS picked the Rams also. Let me see. Let's see. Let's check the NFL for CBS. CBS ended up picking. What did they pick last night? They picked the Rams also. So the Rams were the favorite, but they lost. So it was a good game. Very good game. I actually, it was on Twitch. So I have it a way where I bring it up on this and through my network here, I can broadcast it out to the TV. And I figured out a way of broadcasting it out to the TV in the living room because I have the Google TV, but when you use the Twitch channel, you can't broadcast. So I can bring it up on the Twitch channel on my computer, but then from the computer, I cast it over onto the TV out in the living room. And what's going on there. I don't know what's going on there. So and it's a lot more comfortable out. It's all right sitting here like this, but it's good. It's good being out in the living room for that. So it's pretty neat. Just improving upon my viewing of football there and stuff like that. I could bring it up. No, I can't bring it up. Yeah, I could bring it up here. I could move the screen over to the Roku, but I found a way of transferring, doing the Chromecast onto the TV. It's a little finagling, but it works. But yeah, we missed you Monday and Wednesday, Captain Rehab. And so again, I hope everything's all right. I hope I hope you had a good week, because you just got to get through your workday, and then you can enjoy your weekend as far as that goes. So good to see you here, my friend, coming in from the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And Captain Rehab says yes. Okay, that's good. That's good. Good to hear that, Captain. Let's see. So we're on the second portion of our broadcast here, and it looks like we do have daylight outside, and it looks like it's a nice day out there. Let's see if kitty cat's eating. Fed the kitty cats outside there. So, okay, let's see. Let's see what's going on around in the area of the southern tier of upstate New York. Statewide, what's this? Statewide. What is this about? A burn ban. Okay, it's now in effect. Okay, there goes her fun. There goes the missus's fun, because she likes the burn. She has a burn pit out back there. Well, it's one of those contained campfire type containers and stuff like that. Let's see. What do we have on Fox 40? Anything? Yeah. Let's see. Captain Rehab. My goodness, does the Mrs. burn while listening to Shabuzi? No, she doesn't listen to. Got to get that Shabuzi in. Oh, there we go. There's our Captain Rehab. He's back. I do listen to more than Shabuzi. She does listen to Shabuzi in the morning when she's doing the videos here and stuff like that. I don't know. It just comes up. Oh, it does come up. Okay, it comes up. Because I'm listening to country music. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you listen to your country music. Yeah. She'll watch the news, and then she'll switch it over to the videos there and stuff. Let's see. What's this about? Endicott Police Department hosts Coffee with a Cup Day. Let's see what this is about. Endicott, New York is the birthplace of IBM, but we'll see what they have. This Coffee with a Cop. And I heard Jelly Roll. I know Jelly Roll. I like Jelly Roll. So you're not getting me. I've known about Jelly Roll since last year, I think. The missus turned me on to Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll's a good guy. I like Jelly Roll. He's got some good music. The lyrics of his songs are very, very strong. Very, very. They hit you very deeply as far as that goes. He's got some. There's a couple of my favorite songs are from Jelly Roll. It's just so I know I didn't know who Shabuzi was though. Yeah, he is good. Yeah, Jelly Roll. He is good. Yeah, and he's a good. I don't know about all the freaking tattoos on his face though and stuff like that, but to each their own, I guess. Let's see. We're gonna bring this one up. Let me get rid of the the thing here, and let's see. Go to present. And Endicott Police. let's see what this one's about on Fox 40. Again, no full disclosure, all these news agencies I've shown their web pages, I have no association with at all. So this is something interesting. Would you sit down with a cop and have a coffee with them? I think I would. I would. I've bought in, I've actually, when we've had breakfast at the River Rock, there a couple a sheriff deputy would come in, sit at the counter, and as I'm going out paying, I pay for his breakfast, and that would be a welcome surprise when it comes to pay for it. So, um, let's see. Let's go ahead and start this one here.
The Endicott Police Department celebrates National Coffee with a Cop Day by inviting the community out to a local diner. From 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., members of the police department were at Queen City Diner enjoying a breakfast with residents and discussing public safety concerns, answering questions, and just getting to know the community. The event further emphasizes the department's focus on community policing initiatives and provides a space for meaningful dialogue with residents.
This is a good opportunity for those people who maybe aren't comfortable coming into the police department to ask the question, to come here and sit down with us. And we have a group of people here, so if it's specifically related to patrol, I can have that answered with patrol people. Detectives are here, things like that. So it really a great opportunity to just connect at all levels.
The department was also looking to recruit members for the auxiliary police force and encourage anyone interested in learning more or volunteering to visit eapolice.com.
Okay, having coffee with a cop. I think it's a good idea. Great idea. The cops being part of the community and showing that by sitting down and having a cup of coffee. That was October 1st, that article, and that was one of the national days, was Coffee with a Cop. So they had it on that day. That's pretty neat as far as that goes. All right, so Coffee with a Cop. That's a good idea. I like that. Let's see. Let's go with Mark Torello. He's the weather guy on Fox 40. Let's go ahead and look at this. This is when is this from? This is from last night, and it's been updated 10 minutes ago. But let's go ahead and look at Mark Torello. He's on. I follow him on X. He's a good weather guy. Let's go ahead and listen to this one as far as the weather, and it talks about the foliage that's coming out too, I think, from what I saw in the bio there. So let's go ahead and listen to this.
Chief Meteorologist Mark Torello and your Fox 40 weather forecast.
And a good Thursday night, everyone. Sunshine stays in the forecast here for the next several days, taking us right through the weekend, and we'll be accompanied by some rising readings. We're going to be going above normal once again for those afternoon highs. We do bring in a rain risk as we go into next week, eyeing a Tuesday, Wednesday time frame at this point. Well, 39 degrees was the official low this morning at the Binghamton Airport. The last time it was this cool, you have to go all the way back to May 19th for the Binghamton area. Here's a look at more low temperature readings across the area. 30 was the low this morning in Watertown, a low of 38 degrees in Burlington, Vermont. Utica starting off at 35, and Elmira's low of 33 degrees. We did see a nice temperature recovery as we went through the afternoon, rather seasonable for today, with most spots topping off in the middle 60s. Here is the latest fall foliage report, friends. We are finding moderate color now across a good portion of the southern tier going into northern Pennsylvania. You can see that here by the orange shading on the map. Near peak conditions across the Adirondacks as we speak. That also applies to parts of the Catskills going into northern New England. Looks like that will continue right through the upcoming weekend. We should experience peak fall colors here by late next week going into Columbus Day across the southern tier of New York. The colors of fall, if you will, by tree type. If you want to be adding to that fall foliage in your yard, just add some of these tree species to your landscape for some vivid colors. Okay, here's a look at the situation when it comes to clouds and radar. Very quiet once again for today, with a good deal of sunshine, noticing a few high clouds from time to time. We're noticing a few clouds kind of dotting the landscape at this time, but it's overall mostly clear, and yeah, it's all dry. Looking at Futurecast as we track the weather in the coming days, a high pressure and firm control of our weather is going to keep things very quiet. We'll see a mainly clear sky to partly cloudy for tonight. Going into Friday, a mostly sunny sky. Temperature readings a little milder compared to today. I think we'll top off right around 70. We'll look dry and mainly clear for those high school football games come Friday night. Some football temperature readings as well as we fall back to the 60s. And for the start of the weekend for your Saturday, you guessed it, more in the way of sunshine where the rubber meets the road. It is all dry. How about the countdown, friends? Well, here we go. We're 29 days away from Halloween, 56 days away from Thanksgiving, 80 days away from the official start of winter, and Christmas lovers, you've got 84 days to wait until that holiday. Okay, a live look outside along the Vestal Parkway. 56 right now at the Binghamton Airport. It's a clear sky. South winds are at 5 miles per hour with excellent visibility. Here's a look at more temperature readings. There's a few spots falling into the 40s already. It's 45 in Cortland, 48 degrees in Norwich, Oneonta and Sydney, both at 50, 51 right now in Owego. Area hometowns, we've got 49 showing up in places like Newark Valley, Whitney Point, and Greene. Oxford is at 48 and Appalachian at 51. Here's my forecast for tonight. Some clouds and chilly. Lows will fall to near 44. Now for Friday, mostly sunny and very pleasant. Highs approaching 70. Your 7-day forecast where your weekend is always in view. We've got a nice looking weekend on the way. For the start of October, we'll take it. Mostly sunny. Highs in the upper 70s. Low humidity likely. Monday, plenty of sunshine. Highs approaching 80. And then some disturbed weather on the way by Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll bring in a shower threat on Tuesday, especially late day. Wednesday, showers around and becoming likely. Highs near 62. Much cooler by Thursday with highs near 56 and a mix of sun and clouds. That's my latest forecast. Sports Director Thomas Turgeon is up next.
So there's the weather from Mark Torello. Great guy. Gives a complete and thorough weather report there. But you see what the foliage is in full bloom, getting there. Even more so up in New England as far as that goes. So thank you, Mark. Again, no affiliation with Fox 40. We just consume their product that they put up on the webpage. I do watch them on the regular TV, and I'm a fan. I watch them, and a fan of the channel. It's a good channel, good local channel here. We got some good local channels. Okay, let's see what else we got on Fox 40. I think that's it for Fox 40. Let me just go over the news tab real quick. And and that's it. Let's see. WEBO. What do we have on WEBO for local news? Anything? Let's see our hometown news. How come that's not coming up here? What's going on? Let's see. We have anything? Oh, they talk about the fire that broke out in American Fitness. A little late to that one. Nothing going on. I can't see it. And there's nothing on WEBO from what I'm seeing. It's one of the radio stations I do listen to. WNBF. Oh, let's see. Nothing on WNBF. That's the news channel, 1290 AM on the AM dial. I listen to them. Bob Joseph is on in the morning, and then they got afternoon talk radio. And Let's go to WBNG or WBNG. Oh, we talked about this the other day, that the pumpkin. Let's see. When did this come up? This came up the second. Yeah, this came out. Let's go ahead and go to this one. This is we looked at the pictures on WEBO about the pumpkin, but they have on WBNG channel 12. That's a CBS affiliate. Again, no association with them, or full disclosure, I have nothing to do with them other than a consumer of their webpage to present here to give you an idea. This they're talking about the Tyler Tony that grew the record. Look at that pumpkin. Can you look at the size of those two pumpkins? They're huge, I say. Let's see what this is.
Brian, I love that. Thank you. And in Tioga County, organization 4-H is celebrating an annual tradition centering around farmers taking their craft to the extreme. The Giant Pumpkin Club is a program that has been running for years, and this year the contest is going larger than ever, with member Grayson Zorn bringing in two massive pumpkins weighing at 285 and 635 pounds, respectively. Officials in the organization spoke about how they get the pumpkins so huge year after year.
Watering it, keeping the shade. They have to trim around the pumpkin so that the weeds don't overtake it. Watch for parasites. As it gets so big, it might even crack. So they have to be careful of that. So I will say water is the most important key.
This year, Zorn broke the record for the club's heaviest pumpkin, breaking a mark set by his brother.
Okay, we're back. A little funky on the keys, the buttons there, but they look like the same pictures we posted up here on the Wednesday broadcast. So just a follow up there. That's a huge pumpkin. That's massive, as far as that goes. So let's see what else we got on WBNG. Talked about the pumpkin. No, I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, that's always a good thing. Fridays, I don't know. It's sort of a hit and miss. Let's see. WAAL, probably the same article. Yeah, same articles as WNBF. See, WNBF, WAAL, and 104. Those three radio stations, they all have their pages are different, but the articles are all the same as far as that goes. So we don't have nothing there. Let's see. What's this total crazy music conspiracy? What's that about? They do talk about music, but nothing pops out. You know, the article's got, let's see, Channel 34, Binghamton homepage. Let's see. I'm not seeing anything. Nothing pops out. You got regular news and stuff like that, but I'm trying to look at okay, let's go ahead and check WENY out there in Elmira. Oh, Elmira native Ellen Collins, and she's most noted as being she was on the space shuttle. Let's see if this yeah, let's go ahead and bring this up. This is a good article. I have a friend that I know online, and I met actually that knew her at the Air Force Academy, and they were training. They were pilot trainers down there at Shepherd Air Force Base, and she went off to become an astronaut. Let's see. Let me bring this up. This is on WENY out of Elmira, and she's from the Elmira area. So let's go ahead and listen to this. This is sort of and this is out in Elmira, New York, which is about 30 miles, or about 30-minute drive, 20 to 30 minutes to the west of where I'm at here. So let's go ahead and bring this up. Shut down my camera and see what this one has to say here.
In school, many of us made projects about animals, science, maybe even outer space. But how many of us can say that they had the chance to present their project to a retired astronaut. Well, WENY's Lindsay Madison tells us more about an event today and also who Athens area elementary students were excited to meet.
Students showed off their science projects today at the Harbor Hotel in Watkins Glen. Among those who celebrated their achievements was retired NASA astronaut Eileen Collins. Kids who attended the event said they were very excited to meet a real-life astronaut. Besides showing off cool science projects, students also received a signed copy of Eileen's book, Through the Glass Ceiling to the Stars.
My project was about the stars of a certain constellation, specifically the constellation of Draco. It has 15 stars, and we're doing the apparent brightness and the distance from Earth they are.
So our project is about the constellation, the Pegasus. We were each assigned, in my group, a couple other stars, and we worked on that, and it was really fun. Our project got chosen, and it was a great time working with my group, and I had a really fun time.
Eileen Collins, who is also an Elmira native, was the first woman to pilot the space shuttle and first to command a space shuttle mission. She is also a firm believer in the importance of STEM classes.
It is about solving problems, and not everyone will go into a STEM career, but I think young people should take math and science. I think they should take it all the way through 12th grade, because when you learn how to solve mathematical problems or how to do the scientific method, even at the 5th grade level here, they are teaching their brains how to solve problems.
A 5th grade science teacher from SRU Elementary School says it was exciting seeing his students get so eager about this.
We live in an era where everything is tech. A lot of kids, it's a habit to get on a tablet or a computer. And yes, there were projects we did on the computer, but when I said, hey, we're going to meet an astronaut, and when they learned that their projects might be put on display, it was true excitement like I haven't seen in a long time from kids.
So that's pretty exciting as far as that goes. And that was what out there. Students from the Athens area school district showcased their space projects. It was yesterday, Thursday, at up there in Watkins Glen, and Eileen Collins, a great American hero, part of the space program during the space shuttle era, and we thank her for her service, and a great lady there. She's retired now. I hope she's enjoying her retirement as far as that goes, and that's a good article there and stuff like that. I know when she was flying, that was big. That was big excitement when she was on the space shuttle, and they highlighted it, especially when I think one of her last flights, she was commander of the space shuttle. So that was huge, as far as having someone here from the southern tier of upstate New York to be up on that level and stuff like that, and such. So that was on WBNG. Or no, that was on WENY. That's the ABC affiliate out there in Elmira, which you do appreciate. Again, I have no association with them. Okay, there is. Did mention this, so go ahead and there's a video here on this. This is the missus likes going out burning the piles of brush that we have out back there in the burn pit that we have. But things are getting dry again, so there's a New York issued a temporary burn ban, and Pennsylvania urges people to use caution. Let's see what this is about.
Well, with much of New York State in the grips of drought, the state has instituted a temporary statewide burn ban. It's in effect starting today until October 15th, but the state says they could extend it. That means no burning of brush, no campfires, fire pits, or cooking fires bigger than 4 feet wide and 3 feet tall. Along with the burn ban, the governor's office is also asking people to try to conserve water as much as possible during these dry conditions. As it stands, the southern tier is one of the regions listed as high for fire danger. That means fires start easily from most causes like unattended campfires. And in Pennsylvania, the state issuing a warning today, urging people to use caution if they have to burn outdoors. According to the State Department of Environmental Conservation, the 99% of wildfires in the Keystone State are started by human activity. Well,
Okay, so they say we're in a drought, and I don't know. It is getting dry. It is getting dry here in the southern tier of upstate New York. And as a former firefighter, those are some of the most taxing fires to fight, is a wildland fire, grass fire, and stuff like that, because they sap the energy out of you. Not to say a house fire is any different, but just seems like it's more so on a wildland fire. And because there's sometimes they're in areas to where you can't bring a truck in, so you got to put water packs on your back and go in there with the shovel and rake and stuff like that and knock the fire down if you can, if it's not too high. So and they have these. They just had one. They lifted it last month, I guess. But things have gotten. We've only had one rain. We haven't had that much rain as far as that goes. So let's see. Why can't I do the campaign here again? I'm trying to. We got 13 people. We got the people from X. Of course, the number doesn't show up in on the thing here, but I do see it up on the count board here. So. Okay, that was on WENY. That was right on the front page there. Let's see what else we have as far as news on WENY. Oh no, that's the second story. The first one was about Eileen Collins. So let's see. Be bought in largest ever private equity. Okay, that's okay. Let's see, Channel 34. What about Channel 18? Did we have Channel 18? Didn't have Channel 18. Where's Channel 18 up there? My Twin Tiers. Let me see something here, folks. Okay, here it is. My Twin Tiers. Let's see. Anything on there? Channel 18. I'm not seeing anything here. Let's see. We talked about that. Local news. What do we got for local news in Tioga County? Do they have any local news in Tioga County here? And I'm not seeing anything. Let's see. Let's go ahead. Nope, that's it. Nothing on Channel 18. Let's see. The Penny Saver. Not seeing anything on the Penny Saver. We don't really have anything. Not seeing anything there. WKGB. That's the radio station, 92.5, Binghamton's Rock. It's a good rock channel. I listen to it. What are they talking about here? Vatican. Okay, that's, let's see. KISS 104, the same articles on... They're highlighting Taylor Swift. I don't really care for Taylor Swift. If I heard her music, I don't even know if it's her. Let's see. Let's go to the ones up in Buffalo, 106.5. Buffalo's number one for new country. And I don't have any affiliation, but nope, that's nothing there. And then over on the other Buffalo webpage I go to, that same thing. They got the same Power 93.7, the People Station up there. That's a webpage I look at. No, that's it. We don't have anything else on there. So, Wednesday night I did live stream Lord of the Rings Online for a couple hours. I plan on doing that tonight. not going to try and procrastinate. I'm going to go for a couple hours at least. But I broadcast on Rumble, here on Rumble, and I actually it wasn't on the Fireman Rich broadcast. It was on the main channel, Fireman Rich, because I'm looking. It's like, wait a minute, where is this? And I go to my main content as far as that goes, and it wasn't on there. So when I went to the main channel, it's like, oh, it's over here. Okay, so but I still put the link in my on my X page at Fireman Rich. So we did do some live streaming there on the gaming, and it was fun. I finished Gunderbar. Oh, this timed out. Why did that time out? Okay, what happened here? Let's see. Let's fix this. Let's see. We'll bring this back up. It timed out. This is Twitch on my Roku. So, so let's see. What else we got here? Anything? We got anything of interest, Captain Rehab? We've been on for an hour and 30 minutes. I think that's good enough for a Friday. Get my day started early here. And, started on time, and we're finishing before 8 instead of after 8. So maybe I can get my walk in early this morning. I'm not sure who we have back on, but so it's just we'll be broadcasting. Hopefully, if I remember, if I don't get too tired and stuff like that, I'll be broadcasting. I'll be broadcasting this weekend. And did you cover baseball? Yeah, I covered the Yankees won last night, and your Philadelphia Phillies are in. Yeah, we went over the sports as far as that goes, and so they're going into the divisionals. That's a 5-game. Who are you pulling for? Are you pulling for the Phillies? I'm looking for a Phillies-Yankee World Series. What do you think about that one? Is that a good World Series? What World Series are you looking at? Yeah, you came in late. Okay, no problem. That's fine. We're glad that you're here, though, nonetheless, as far as that goes. Yeah, Phillies and Yankees would be amazing, wouldn't it? That would be a good series. Phillies, they're hot. They're hot.
Are they hot this year?
Yeah, but we like the Yankees, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, she guessed. She just follows what I say. She does watch the Buffalo Bills, as far as that goes. She does watch the Buffalo Bills. That's our local team. That's a team we're rooting for. They're on Sunday night now.
Oh,
okay. So she'll watch about maybe the first quarter and then go to bed.
Depends on the game.
Well, yeah.
If they're losing, I go to bed so that they can win.
Well, last night's game was pretty good. It went right to the end there and stuff.
Josh,
yeah, but they're two teams. But the game last night, everybody was saying the Rams are hot. San Francisco, don't count them out. The last couple games I've watched, they've been pretty good as far as that go. You also have to be a fan of tennis players oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, we highlight the tennis. I don't get too much into tennis, but there's an association there that I'll bring up and stuff like that as far as that goes. Yeah, that's her name. Was it Jessica Pegula? How do you pronounce that? Pegula, yeah, she's Pegula. She's a daughter. What's that?
Pegula.
That's what I said. Pegula.
Oh.
Okay. She's the daughter of the owner of the Buffalo Bills, and she's really? She's in like I think she's rated in the top 5. I think in the world and stuff. So she's she's a good tennis player. I've seen her play. I've watched her play, and Captain Rehab says yes. She's a good player. I've watched her. I'll watch the American tennis. I'm not a tennis fan, but if there's an American there and stuff, and she's a good tennis player, very good tennis player, outstanding as far as that goes. So we're gonna get our walk going. You're not gonna go for the walk, no. Oh, you got that appointment today. Okay.
Well, not until this afternoon, but
Yeah, you got that appointment this afternoon. So
I'd make it our way in and be like, okay, gotta limp home.
let's see. Captain Rehab's favorite tennis player to watch is Daniel Medvedev. Where's he from? Let me see. I got to look him up. You got me looking, Captain Rehab. You got me looking. Let me see a copy of that. He says he often gets angry during matches and freaks out, and it's hilarious. Oh, that's why you like it. Okay, he's like a McEnroe. Yeah, he's like McEnroe. Okay, I remember Mac. I used to watch tennis when McEnroe played. I could see how you. Yeah, with this guy, he's a Russian. Oh, he's a Russian. Okay, Russian tennis player. No wonder. Yeah, he's got. That's right. He's Russian. I just saw that in his bio. And he smashes rackets. He smashed his racket during the recent match and broke into pieces. Yeah, okay. That's entertainment for sports. You know, just like football. A lot of people watch football because they, the bashing and banging and stuff like that, and the power that's involved in that, and the NASCAR. People watch NASCAR. Tell me the people that watch it don't look for those crashes. Of course, they made the cars a lot safer and stuff like that, but it's still dangerous and stuff. Tennis, though, you're just breaking the racket, and the only problem, danger there is if the pieces come back at you and hit you in the head, then you look like a real bonehead. All right, folks, we're about done here, and so we thank Captain Rehab for being here. Captain Rehab says yes, lots of laughs. Just a reminder, this Sunday, Tony D's broadcast is on. We're going to be talking about some football. I'll be bringing up the chart. Right now, there's not much change in the chart. Everybody's gotten a little bit closer, but I think for the most part, it's Ted is tied with CBS, and then Captain Rehab's third, and then there's Tony, me, Michael, Brian, and Tina. I guess that's the lineup right there. But I'll present the chart there. That's one of the things I missed last Sunday because I had internet problems. I don't know if you were there. I didn't watch the replay. I watched a little bit of replay, but I didn't really. I'm not sure if you were watching the broadcast there, Captain Rehab, but I missed it because I had major internet. I had internet problems. Let's just leave it at that. Internet problems, right? Yeah. We had internet problems throughout the day, early morning and stuff like that. So I couldn't. But there was a football game on that morning in Dublin where Pittsburgh won. And this Sunday we have a football game. I plan on watching that early too. I'll have that on the TV. But we're going to go ahead and get out of here. And I want to say thank you to Tony D, my brother. His broadcast is Sunday morning at 10:30. Tony D, and I will be on it. Michael Bathurst will be on. I think Ted usually comes on towards the end. JoJo, Brian will be on it, and so we have a full cast. Everybody sort of tries to make it, and it's a fun time. It's a good broadcast and stuff like that. So check out Tony D over there, and it's here on Twitch as well as YouTube and Rumble, and he puts it on a couple other ones. So, but I want to say thank you to Tony D, my brother, veteran, my good friend and fellow broadcaster, coming into the broadcast, starting out the broadcast here. Thank you to our Jersey girl Tina for being here as well. Thank you to Ginjar from what is it, Southeast Mississippi. Thank you, Ginjar. Ginjar has been here before. I didn't see a first time chat, but I remember Ginjar being here. But I think last time Ginjar was here didn't indicate where that person was from. I'm not sure if it's a female man. So Ginjar from Southeast Mississippi, thank you very much. And let's see, going down the list, we had Captain Rehab in the audience, and we greatly we want to say a great thanks to him for being here. We missed a Monday and Wednesday and stuff. He keeps it a little lively here and stuff. It keeps me on my toes as far as that goes. No, Captain Rehab is a great, good guy. He's coming in from Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. And you have a good one today there, Captain Rehab. And I think that's it. And as far as that goes, folks, and we're out of here at, an hour and 45 minutes, 46 minutes. That's good. We probably will broadcast tonight if I don't procrastinate. Is Liberty? She's usually in here. She's from Buffalo, Niagara area, but I did broadcast Wednesday night, which I had fun. So I've been looking at Lord of the Rings online. game, and we could be broadcasting tonight. If not, we will be broadcasting sometime during the weekend. There's no real schedule per se, but I want to get back into the gaming and stuff like that. As far as that goes. So I am Rich Roberts, at Fireman Rich here on Rumble, as well as at Fireman Rich over there on X. That's my mainstay for posting links to good stuff, mostly my broadcasts. But that's where I hang out most of the time, and just about it. I like X. I don't think I'm going to renew I think this month is when I got to renew. If I want to renew the blue check mark, I don't think I'm going to renew the blue check mark. I'm going to go without the X Pro. That's the old TweetDeck. But I am on X. That's my mainstay for social media platforms, where I'm a social media observer and social media enthusiast, right there on the thing. So I want to say thank you for those that check out my X page. I am on a host of other social media feeds. Just Google at Fireman Rich, and you'll see, even on those posts on X and have fun. Posts are my own on all the other fine social media platforms at Fireman Rich. I want to appreciate the two people from Rumble, one person on Locals, the two folks that are on Twitch, and we have 5 people on X Live. Thank you, X Live. You rock, guys, and thank you very much for that. It is appreciated. And I want to say thank you for those people that are watching now, as well as that weren't in the chat, but the people that watch the replay, thank you very much. The people that are listening to the audio pod, thank you very much over on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify. And with that, you all have a great Friday. We made it to the weekend, folks, so enjoy your weekend. We'll be talking with you this weekend sometime. And with that, you all have a great one. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks, and we're skating out of here. Take care and have a great day, folks. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now.